Both running backs that they've got, C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White, they also ran for 700 yards a year ago. It's the only team in college football that brings back 3 700-yard rushers.
Hold up. Did you catch that? Let's go back.
Both running backs that they've got, C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White, they also ran for 700 yards a year ago. It's the only team in college football that brings back 3 700-yard rushers.
How does Joel Klatt know that information about the West Virginia running backs? It's not on a poster outside a building. It's not on an app that he downloaded the morning of the game. And it's certainly not something he just made up on his own. The answer is simple. Joe Klatt knows that because of sports information directors, better known as SIDs. SIDs are the folks behind the scenes that pump all those unique stats and information about your favorite college football player. They know things like West Virginia is 115 all-time when it wins the turnover battle in a football game. However, a SID is much more than someone you turn to when you need a stat. They write press releases, run social media accounts, set up interviews, and handle just about every piece of external media that involves a coach, player, or team. Don't just take it from me. Let the SIDs at West Virginia University give you some insight into what they do.
I think these days a big aspect of our job is social media. It's kind of a newer aspect of this job, but it's a very forward-facing thing. I think nowadays more people realize that there is someone behind a social media account running it. So people understand that there's somebody doing the posting, coming up with the caption.
Trying to coordinate between people in the athletic department and people outside the athletic department, whether that's media or broadcasters for games. It's trying to just provide the most information for people.
You have a general idea of what an SID does, but how does one become an SID?
The biggest thing I did was just getting involved at Miami of Ohio. I just went to the athletic department and asked if there's anything I could do, and that kind of turned into 3 years of work with them. So I think just getting involved and getting real experience was kind of what led me down this path.
The thing that really drew me in was the kind of, like I've mentioned a lot, the behind the scenes, and how the full-time SID who I was working with at the time, she was very close to her teams and got to kind of work in with the teams and behind the scenes. And so I thought that was really cool to kind of be a part of the team from a media aspect rather than someone on the outside.
In recent years, rulings involving name, image, and likeness have changed the landscape of college athletics. These changes have impacted the financial aspect of college sports and also the people who work in this environment.
It's definitely changed a lot because of all the NIL stuff. It's much more player focused as probably opposed to team focus and results focus. It's a lot about just getting the players' info and their stats and their accomplishments out there as much as possible, making sure they're seen in a positive light, just so that they can get, for the best players that you have, they get some big money out there for them available.
With the change of NIL and all that kind of stuff, I think that our job definitely plays a role because we handle social media stuff, and that's how our athletes are gonna end up getting NIL deals and getting paid, and all that kind of stuff is through their social media. So they come to us to ask questions, and they always are asking about being verified and all of that kind of stuff.
It's clear that SIDs play a large role in the busy world of college athletics. These individuals impact what consumers see on a daily basis, and without them, teams, coaches, and student athletes would not have the exposure that they do now.